Hello, my name is Joe Richter. I'm a real estate broker and an associate broker with Keller Williams Realty. I'm licensed in California and Oregon. I prepare monthly reports that look at the market trends in 14 communities from Newport to Woodbridge through Irvine and Trabuco Canyon. These reports can be accessed on our website at joe-richter.com under a navigation link named Market Trends Monthly Update. Each report takes a focused look at a specific community or neighborhood. The goals are to establish and monitor home values, to define the market type as either a seller or buyer, and to set reasonable expectation for days on market. You will see we put a lot of data into our proprietary statistical models to prepare and present this report. You can also access the public-facing information off the MLS at joe-richter.com under the navigation link Predefined Community Listings. This report focuses on Foothill Ranch, the single-family homes from 1,500 square feet and larger. It covers the period from January 1st through June 30th, 2020. The monthly headline is New Listings Slip and Contracts Written Remained Strong. Foothill Ranch only had 8 new listings in June, a little below normal. Contracts written proved to be the second best June of the last 5 years. Foothill Ranch is currently a seller's market with 9/10 of 1 month of inventory. Chapman University defines a buyer's market in Southern California as being 3.5 months or more of inventory. In the blue line, we see inventory levels are low as compared to the prior 5 years. The yellow column on the right indicates inventory levels are 63% below 2019 levels for the same period, but we should point out 2019 was an exceptionally strong year for new listings. Levels are only down 43% from the average of the prior 5 years. Monitoring the active listings provides us insight into trends that may be developing and that impact home values and inventory levels. There are currently 6 active listings. There were 8 in our last report. There were 28 new listings over the prior 90 days. 6 of those homes are still on the market. In this next section, we will be discussing the 3 essential steps in the selling and buying process. They are new listings, reflect a willing seller, contracts written, reflect a willing buyer, and closing is the execution of the legal and technical aspects of the purchase contract by the buyer with the lender cooperation. Compared to 2019, new listings are even for the same period through June. Contracts written are up 2%. Closed sales are down 11%. As noted, new listings are even with 2019. Both years had 53 new listings through the end of June. In our last report, they were down 3%. As shown, May bounced back strong, the best month so far of the year, and on the positive side, Fannie Mae is forecasting very strong third and fourth quarters for the real estate market. Contracts written are up 2% compared to 2019. With the exception of April, 2020 has been a very solid, steady year. Closings are down 11% compared to 2019. They dipped slightly in May, but this was a natural course because they follow contracts written by plus or minus 35 days. We should see continued recovery in the July results. Home values are understandably the most important subject sellers want to talk about during a listing presentation. In Foothill Ranch, values are holding steady relative to 2019, running up a modest 0.5%. The average list price for the active listings is $1,144,000. The range of price for the active listings is from $895,000 to $1,169,000. Monitoring the 90-day closing trend is perhaps the most important thing we do, because recent closings are used as a primary metric to determine pricing in appraisals and CMAs. The range used is typically between 90 and 180 days, depending on the amount of data available. We use 90 days because our markets have plenty of activity, and we do these reports every 30 days, and seasonality has less distortion on the data. For example, if we went back 6 months now, we would have December 2019 and January 2020 data in our statistical model, which is totally irrelevant to what's going on in today's market. Over the past 90 days, 20 homes have closed, 14 homes closed below revised list price, 1 home closed at revised list price, 5 homes closed above revised list price. This is normal data distribution for the Foothill Ranch market. Days on market is a key factor in predicting market activity and a leading indicator of inventory levels and potential shifts in market types. DOM is the time from activating the listing on the MLS to getting an offer accepted and a purchase contract signed. In a normal market, time would be between 30 and 45 days. The DOM for all active listings is currently 29 days. It was 29 days in our last report. Month supply of inventory is the primary determining factor to define a market type as either a seller or a buyer's market. Chapman University defines a buyer's market here in Southern California as being 3.5 months or more of inventory. The current inventory level of 0.9 of a month is fairly common for Foothill Ranch, and inventory levels have been stable in that range so far this year. As noted before, DOM leads into inventory levels, monthly supply, but other metrics are also good indicators for us to use. To aid in forecasting, we monitor the trends of 3 different measures of inventory. The first is the 90-day trend, which will give us a sense of a surge in new listings or contracts written. The 90-day inventory level decreased by 40%. Year-over-year inventory helps us measure how steady or dependable or reliable a market is. Year-over-year inventory is down 62%. Monitoring the month-by-month comparison lets us check for abnormalities in the seasonal trends. May 2020 compared to May 2019 is down 70%. This is a map of the listings used in this report. By now you've noticed we crunch a lot of data to present this level of detail. We get this data from saved searches on the MLS. We put the raw data into our proprietary statistical models. No one else has this presentation. This map displays the listing data discussed in this report. Note the map shows the location of each listing. These thumbnails show an image and a brief description of each of the listings as noted on the map. To see the full detail and more images, click on the thumbnail. As noted in the opening, this information is accessible on our website at joe-richter.com under the navigation link Predefined Community Listings. You'll see a drop-down menu and you can choose the community you are interested in. This is our current active listings table. It shows all the listings that are currently available on the market. This is our closings table. It shows most of everything that is closed so far this year. And here is the last bit of detail for this report. This chart shows the home value range of all the closings so far this year. The red dot represents the closed price. The gray dot represents the original list price of the same transaction. Notice most of the gray dots are above a red dot, indicating a price reduction, either during the listing to make it more attractive to buyers or as part of the contract negotiation. However, there are several gray dots below the red dot which shows a price increase. This typically happens when a well-priced and well-presented home draws competitive offers. The buyers offer more than the original list price. Buyers and economic conditions set the market value. In closing, we would like to say thank you for listening. We have tried to make this a high-level explanation of how the market is evolving, the view from 40,000 feet, so to speak. If you have questions or would like to discuss the market in more detail, we are here to help. If you have questions about forbearance or prices or DOM, anything at all, please contact me. The team I work with would love to be of service. Again, thank you very much.